It's Monday, my dudes, and you know what that means. I am finally back after a long break again. But yeah, I just felt really inspired and had an idea that I wanted to go with, and I feel like the last little while I have had no good ideas. I started building, went into build mode, and just nothing. And I don't know if I got stuck in the rut of I just wanted to make something crazy or interesting. I don't know, sometimes I feel like I just want to make something crazy and I don't want to make something plain, and then I had every intention of building a plain house when I did this, and then I was just you know what, I'm gonna go back. I had this idea, almost a year ago now, to build a vineyard that was, partially underground, and this was before we even had the restaurant expansion, so I was you know what, I'm gonna go back in, and I'm going to do it, but do it cool this time, right, because I never uploaded it and I just didn't like it, and there was just too much going on. It was way too big, so I scaled it down and kind of went with this, and yeah, I felt really inspired and I really enjoy how it turned out too. So I'm overall really happy about how this build ended up. It took me a really long time to do some parts in this build, so bear with me. Building this area took a long time because I had to kind of thread in pieces, and then I ended up changing the size of it and kind of the shape of it because I was just I don't like that, and then I had to go back and do it so that, I don't know, it just had all these different cool elements to it. I just wanted this to be a really interesting, unique restaurant. So yeah, I hope you guys really like it. I feel like the screenshots don't do it justice, whereas the video, it looks just as good. Originally, this started out as a house lot because I wasn't thinking. I didn't move the people out first. So, and then I moved them out and changed it to a restaurant. But yeah, so that's kind of what I did. Hello to all of my new subscribers. I will hopefully be uploading every Monday and Wednesday from here on out. I already do have a build planned for Wednesday, so I'm excited about that. And I'm really excited to be back. I feel even if I don't have something super awesome to show you guys, I'm still gonna make it onto my channel and just give you something small or something of value anyway. Not necessarily something big and crazy and out of this world, but yeah, I'm really excited. I'm so excited. But yeah, this is when I realized right now during the build that you couldn't put another pool downstairs, which was kind of disappointing because I wanted there to be a functional pool, and this pool doesn't actually function because I do end up putting rocks all around the perimeter, but you could easily just take out some of the rocks and people could swim in it if you really wanted to, and yeah, I'm just kind of adjusting that one little area so I can have more seating. There's kind of two separate areas of the restaurant that you can sit in, and then of course one kitchen area, and then I did the bathrooms downstairs. I totally forgot about the bathrooms until the very end, so I messed up a little bit there. And yeah, love the kitchen. I do end up making the kitchen a little bit bigger. Also tried to get doors in or something, but I just couldn't. It just didn't look perfect. Didn't really look the way that I wanted it to, so I kind of gave up on that idea. But yeah, I've just been also in the middle of moving, so I haven't really not only have I not been inspired to do a build, but I just have had so much else going on. But yeah, so kind of exciting though regardless. Definitely excited to be back. Excited to be building some cool stuff for you guys too. So yeah. I don't know why I always say it like that, yeah. I just I think it's just because me and my mom always do that to each other, so now I've just gotten into the habit of being yeah, which might annoy you guys. I don't know if it does. I feel sometimes I'm watching YouTubers and they'll say things oh, I've said this a million times in my video and I haven't noticed that they said something a million times. So it's made me realize how much you don't really notice when you're watching the build and listening to someone speak, or it might just not annoy people. But yeah. See how I did that again? Just for you guys. I did that just for you. Anyways, in the kitchen, I was going to put that little storage area, but I just didn't like the look of it. I wanted this restaurant to be really kind of classy looking. It was originally going to be kind of like nature-esque, but then I was like, nope, we are going to go for a more classy look. I mean, nature can be classy too, but I just wanted this to be a really like neat place. But it was inspired from like this vineyard I was going to build. But yeah, I just kind of gave up on that. Yeah. Yep. I feel like I have nothing else to tell you guys already. Again, I feel like it's so early in the game. I did do like a little, I want to call those trellises above, so you get some sort of shade, above the seating areas, just to give it a little bit more of like a look and some depth. I felt like it just looked really plain and boring otherwise, and of course it is kind of weird to have a restaurant that doesn't have a roof. Like, the only place in this whole restaurant that has a roof is the kitchen, so I just didn't really want to do a roof. I felt like I just wasn't what I was going for, and it would look silly if I did a roof anywhere else, so I skipped out on doing a roof for the other parts of the build, and I'm pretty happy with my decision, because we don't really have weather. Maybe it will come with seasons, or like, I don't know if, yeah, I'm not too sure. Maybe they'll bring it out with seasons. But yeah, I messed up that a little bit, so I had to just go back and redo it because it didn't look identical to how the other one looked, so I just wanted to quickly fix that. It's also really hard to do this on like uneven shapes. Well, like not necessarily uneven, but just like kind of irregular shapes. But I got it, and I feel like it looked fine, so I'm okay with it. I also put those things above. Oh, and if you notice that all the rocks just came in, there was like 5 or 6 minutes, sped up, mind you, of me just putting in rocks, so I deleted that and took it out, because who really wants to watch me put in a million friggin' rocks? I know you guys probably don't. But yeah, those little like trellises, I wanted to also put those in so I had somewhere to hang lights from, because I felt like it just wouldn't be normal if I just hung lights suspended in the air, and then I was thinking I could also do like lampposts, but I didn't like those either, so now I'm just going in and adding more rocks to make it look a little bit more natural. But yeah, I've been playing so many board games lately, you guys. Like, there's this board game. If anybody has played it at all, comment down below and let me know, because I would love to hear if anybody's like checked it out. It's called Bang. Now, it's basically like you play as a character and you get certain characters, and certain characters have like special abilities, but it's like a Western kind of like board game. I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section below if you've played it. Ooh, and I do have to mention real quick, that tree that I put in, that's 2 trees. One of them is from the Vampires expansion pack, and the other one just is base game, but I love it. Like, adding those 2 trees together just looks so amazing, and I scaled up the one tree so it fit, and I just love the look of that. Like, I'm for sure gonna overuse that in my builds now that I've figured that out, because it looks just like gorgeous. I love it so much. It's beautiful. Like, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 would plant again. Move back those lights a bit so it got a little bit better of lighting. And I feel like this area of the restaurant, like this little seating area, is like candlelit, kind of like romantic, more for dates, whereas the other side of the restaurant is more of like for family, you know, like if you're going out for dinner, with a bunch of like friends and family, so a little bit less like romantic and intimate. Which I really like that I did 2 kind of separate areas, because I feel like restaurants have that, you know, like they have like the bar side, or they call it the lounge side, and then they also have like the regular seating area side. So I definitely am glad that I incorporated that into this build. Yeah, I'm really just happy how this turned out. I don't really have any complaints other than I wish I did some terrain editing, but I suck at terrain editing. Like, it never looks good when I do it, which is probably because I don't do it enough, in all fairness. But yeah, I don't like terrain editing, so I always tend to skip out. I end up taking those lamps off of the greenery, but I wish or maybe I kept them on in those 2 spots. I hope I kept them on in those 2 spots, but I think I end up going back and deleting them eventually. And then I tried to get like this lotus. I wasn't sure how I wanted it to like be placed, or if I wanted 2, and then in the end I just decided on the one. And yeah, threw in some more lights there. My game has been so laggy and glitchy lately. I don't know why. I really need a new computer, like an actual gaming computer. But I just haven't had an opportunity to get one, so added some browns too, which I really liked. I put those gray accent walls, but I do end up changing that later, and you'll see what I change it to if you stick around. But yeah, I liked the look of it, but I feel like it just wasn't exactly what I was going for, so I think I put up like gray planks in lieu of, so. And the bathrooms, they're really simple. We don't have stalls in this game yet, or at least I don't think. I actually haven't really like noticed. But I don't think we have stalls. Like, I'm almost 1,000% sure positive. Almost 1,000% positive. Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, no stalls. So I just kind of made my own stalls. I also left the one wall in here really plain. And looking back on it, I probably should have put up some like green area, but anyone can go and do that if they want. I just couldn't, I don't know, I just didn't really have any ideas. I wish the walls were more white, but that is literally the whitest paint that you can put in your house for some strange reason. I tried to add like a whiter paint, but it just looked just as gray anyway, and I think that's maybe because it's outside, but I'm not actually positive on why it's like that. But I do add some color down here. I get some green in, add a couple of gardens. I add one more garden, but I do that a little bit later, which I really enjoyed because I feel like it just gave you an extra pop of color and made it a little bit more fun. But I wish I did a little accent wall over in that corner on the angled piece, and I think in my game I will, and I've already uploaded this to the gallery, so I probably won't bother doing much else. Or I might, who knows, like, hard to say for now. But yeah, I'm really disappointed in how the screenshots turned out on this build. Like, I feel like I was so proud of the build and everything looked so perfect, and then the screenshots just didn't really do it justice, so kind of bummed out about that. But I like how it turned out in play. I'm excited to see this restaurant with actual people in it, and see it functioning. I think it will be a really cool place to come and eat and take my Sims to, so that's something I'm definitely looking forward to. Maybe I'll play it a bit tonight and I'll put on my Twitter how it went. Yeah, I'm just like kind of jazzed about this. It's just like exciting to have new beautiful properties to play on. I've noticed that a lot of you have been watching my honey hive build. Thank you guys so much for the love on that one. I wish I just was like that creative all the time. Like, I wish I could just pound out a creative idea with no effort, because that one really took me like no effort to think about. It was just like just flowed in my head together perfectly. But I suck sometimes, and I just can't. Some days I just have a creative block, and I don't know if I need to do like more yoga to get the energy moving a bit more, but yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that I can't just like do really cool things all the time. Like, I feel like Hatsi, who is also a simmer on YouTube, does so many cool builds, like so many cool ones, and she just has such good imagination, like just can imagine something and build it. And I wish I was like that, but I usually have to draw from personal experience or just from things that I've already seen. So, but I think I might do another cabin build, although you guys tend to seem to like the more modern builds. But that being said, I do like doing things that I like to do as well. I love getting your guys' feedback, but I also like doing fun things for me. So I think I am going to do one more cabin build, because we have this house like down, I guess, well, now that I've moved, it's not down the street or around me. And I think I talked about it in one of my previous builds, but it's kind of far away now. It's on like the other area or edge of town, but it's just so pretty and so cool, and it's just like a big cabin house with all these decks, and they have like all these, I almost said fireplaces, but I meant hot tubs, just kind of like scattered on the different decks. And I think I'm gonna build that, maybe not next, but definitely in the next couple weeks. I'll put that up on my channel. We're kind of getting down to the wire, but I just want to take the second to thank everybody who stays around, even with my inconsistent schedule. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say. Thanks again for everybody who's watching. And if you're not already, definitely subscribe if you want to. And yeah, I will see you guys all on Wednesday. Bye, guys.